So I've been hesitant to post any sort of status update because things have been so up and down. But the last 3 days have been pretty good. I have not had to use these crutches for 3 days now, and that's amazing. And I no longer feel like I'm gonna die, which is wonderful. And I don't know how much stamina I'm gonna have for sitting here upright, so I'm gonna try and make this fast. And what I wanna do, so many people I've spoken to have asked me, dude, what happened? And so I just wanna tell everyone what happened, what's going on now, and then I wanna go through the list of people who've really stepped up to help me and my family, and I wanna give thanks. So I'm hoping that this video isn't gonna be longer than 15 minutes or so, and I'll get to it. Lots of people don't know, especially in the wedding industry where everything appears to be fine. In 2002, 2 weeks after I met my wife, as a matter of fact, I was working out at the gym, I was bench pressing, and my pec tore really badly. And I had to wear a sling for like 6 months, and I already had poor posture, and the sling put like a kink in my upper back. And about a year and a half later, I started to have issues in my neck and then in my spine. And I had never really been sick before, well, at least not as an adult on my own, and so I didn't have a doctor. And I got bounced around. Every doctor I saw put me on a different muscle relaxer and different prescription drug. And the next thing I knew, I wasn't able to walk. And I was having all sorts of crazy symptoms. And I got checked into Barrow's Neurology in 2005, and they poked and prodded me for a week, and they didn't find anything other than a bulging disc in my lower back. Well, by the end of the year, I had that disc cut out. And then a couple of months later in 2006, I had a spinal fusion, and it was a failed spinal fusion, and I was in agony for 6 years. And then I finally said, get this metal out of my back. And in 2011, they took all of the metal out of my back. So I've had 3 back operations and untold countless procedures since then. And when I had my spinal fusion in 2006, the surgeon accidentally nicked the dura, the protective coating on my spinal cord, and it sent my nervous system into a state of fight or flight that has taken 13 years to unwind. And what it has done for me, which, man, this is hard, is my nervous system is always pulling my head back and my tailbone up. And so it's crunching in on itself, and it pulls my vertebrae out of alignment a lot. And most people don't know that my wife and I have spent between $300 and $500 a month out of pocket just to keep me upright and walking, since 2006. And so this has been a long, long process. And I had to go in for a routine surgical procedure, and I wound up having 3 of them. And the third one was this past December, December 17th, 2018. And oh boy, it was tough. And it was a hellacious experience. I was awake for the whole thing, and my nervous system tried to get away from the poking and the cutting and balled up, and it crippled me. And I hobbled out of the place, and I was on my back for like 3 weeks. And I forced myself to work because we all have bills to pay, right? And the last time I worked for money was December 31st, 2018, but I was obligated to officiate a wedding ceremony somewhere on January 9th, and I'm someone who's good for my word, and I do my best to come through, and I forced myself to officiate that ceremony, and it crippled me. And what it did was it sent my immune system into the party with my nervous system. And so not only was my nervous system curling up into a ball, my immune system then started looking for anything to fight. And what I discovered was that viruses that we catch in the past often stay with us forever. And when I was 20, I had a really vicious viral infection, which was parvo, some sort of parvo virus, but not the one that dogs get. And then when I was 25, I got Epstein-Barr, which mono, right? The kissing disease. And it was such a wicked case of mono in 1999 that I had to go on short-term disability at work for 3 months. And it took 9 months before I started feeling better. And when my immune system jumped into the party this past January, the Epstein-Barr and parvovirus came out. And so, not that I was contagious or anything, but my immune system was fighting viruses that were dormant. So my nervous system was curled into a ball at the exact same time that 2 viral infections came out again. And it full-blown crippled me. And the fatigue that I have been experiencing is really something that I just can barely even describe. And there are some people that have really stuck by me and who have stepped up for me the last 90 days. This is 11 weeks now that this has been going on, and I'm thrilled to have as much stamina as I have right now to be in front of the camera. And the very first person I want to thank is my wife. Allison, I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so sorry for all the stuff that you have had to go through for the last 14 years or 15 years or 17 years since I got hurt 2 weeks after we met. And I just can't even tell you how grateful I am for all that you've done and for sticking by me all this time. And I know it's been hard to have your needs put last in line behind me and the kids. And I promise you that's coming to an end. And life is going to get easier, and we are going to have more fun, and we're going to be doing more stuff, and I'm going to be healthier, and times are going to be better, I promise you. And Lily and May, my daughters, there's been so much crying in the house. And last night was another one where there was a lot of crying. And it's been so hard on my kids. And helping them process the emotions that are going through the home has been a rewarding but tough experience. And it's made us all closer to where, I've shown them that emotions and thoughts are things like radio waves and Bluetooth signal and Wi-Fi. You just can't see them, but they are things. And we catch them from other people. And we don't know that we catch them. And so sometimes we catch anger and sadness from others. And I'm thrilled to be able to help them to purge that stuff. And I'm so grateful for my kids and my wife. I really can't express it. And when this all started, my in-laws, Allison's parents, were in town, and Warren and Cheryl, I can't thank you enough for all of the effort that you put into coming out to Arizona, and the cooking and the taking care of the kids. And I know it's hard. And Warren, with your own health problems, I know it's challenging, and I'm so appreciative and so grateful. And that goes for my parents as well, because they have really stepped up between paying our mortgage in advance for a couple of months and, coming up and taking care of the kids and occupying them and providing meals and that kind of stuff. I really just can't express how grateful I am for my parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad. And my sister, too. Missy and Andy, my sister and brother-in-law. Andy called me after I put that post on Facebook in February, and he was like, dude, what is going on? Why would you not reach out to your family before putting it on Facebook? And I was like, man, I've relied on the same people for so many years. I feel like I'm kind of wearing out my welcome. Everyone has their own problems, and you don't need mine to pile on top of yours. And he said, Matt, that is bullshit. Tell me what you need and we'll do it. And through the course of conversation, we figured out really what we need is to have someone in the house with us to be doing chores and taking care of the kids and cooking and providing meals and that kind of stuff. And before I even knew what happened, my sister had booked a plane ticket and she gets into town tomorrow. And I'm so glad I'm feeling better. And there's the guilty conscience that I don't require as much care as when I spoke to her and she planned this a couple of weeks ago. But, I've had to process all that stuff of lack of self-worth and the guilt and the shame and all that of needing other people. And this has been a really big learning experience for me. And Missy and Andy, I'm so grateful for you and your family. And you don't know how much it means that you're coming out to help. And I just want to say thanks. My Uncle Neil, you have come through for me in so many tough times. And I'm so glad that we've always had a wonderful relationship since I was a little kid. You've always been such a great uncle, and I just can't tell you how much I love you and I care about you. And the unexpected financial help has always been wonderful, and I love you, man. Thank you. And my cousin Marilyn, with all of the phone calls and the text messages and reaching out to make sure I'm okay and wanting to send us honey baked ham and all that kind of stuff. I just think that you're such a wonderful person. And I love you so much, and you mean so much to me, and all of the help has meant a lot. And Nancy and Tom Lurie, my other cousins, actually my mom's cousins, who surprised me with a check in the mail to help with bills. That was so unexpected and so generous. And my family is stepping up, and Nancy and Tom's kids, Karen and Betsy. Betsy, I'm so excited to see you on Monday when you come out. And Karen, thank you for checking in with me. Phone calls, text messages, meditating with me, sending me distance healing, light, and love. That stuff matters, and it has been helpful. Kate, my cousin Kate, and her husband Jake Alter, contributing to our meal train. I just can't tell you how grateful I am for you guys. And your mom, my Aunt Susie. another unexpected, just, my family stepping up to help me when I needed it. And it's just been so rewarding. Another huge thanks that I want to give is to Andrea Leslie. And so I want to go to the wedding industry right now before I go to other groups of people. If you need a wedding planner, please look up Andrea Leslie Weddings and Events, and I'm going to put links to every single business that I mentioned down below this video in the description. So if you need any of these services, I am giving you full-blown advocate testimonials for these people. I called Andrea because I've had to cancel 16 weddings, and these are with couples who plan months in advance, and it's a stressful thing when you got to cancel on someone when you play such a pivotal role, when you're officiating the ceremony itself. And I called Andrea asking for professional advice, making sure that I was doing it correctly, and knowing that she had referred me some business and it was coming up, and we had to worry about whether or not I was going to have to call in sick with her couple. And she was so gracious, saying, Matt, let me bring your family some food, and brought by some crock pot meals that went a long ways with leftovers. They were so helpful, Andrea, because I'm not able to be up and around in the kitchen. I'm doing better today, but I haven't been able to fix myself meals. So having stuff in the fridge to just throw in a pot or in the microwave has been crazy helpful. And she offered to put a meal train together for me. And I thought of all the other people who have less than me and less than my family, and I felt guilty and shameful and like I didn't deserve it. And then one day, while under the throes of 2 viral infections, while having my spine twisted up by my nervous system, I was struggling to keep my sanity. It was a test of faith. And I reached out and I said, Andrea, I think I'll take you up on that meal train. And so all of these people that I'm about to mention knew about what's going on with me because of you, Andrea, and because of the meal train. And I love you, sister. And I'm so grateful for you, okay? So grateful. You have no idea. I want to also thank Kara Morrison from A Day to Cherish Weddings and her lead planner, Stephanie, for not only contributing to our meal train, but having food delivered to our door. Kara, thank you so much. And Stephanie, thank you so much. If you need another wedding planner, A Day to Cherish Weddings will be down below in the video description. Kate Clayton from Sip and Twirl, Lori Cohen, one of my favorite ladies ever, wedding planning, Sip and Twirl, I'll put it down there. Kate, not only did you contribute to our meal train by bringing us food, but you took my kids roller skating on the weekend and they loved it so much, and it really meant a lot. And I just want to say thank you so much, Kate. Dave and Drea Strickler from Desert House Productions, my good friends, my medicine family, thank you so much for not only contributing to the meal train, but for coming over to give Allison a sound healing with the bells. And it was just, I care about you guys so much. And I'm so grateful that over the last 2 years, we've come to know each other so much better that we're family. And it matters, man. It matters. You guys, thank you. Rob Young. Rob Young is a financial advisor for Blue Dot Wealth Management, and he officiated weddings for me for 2 years. And his wife, Regina, from Meant to Be Events. Regina Young is a wedding planner, and Tasha Miller is her lead planner, and they contributed. And look down below for their link if you need a wedding planner. But Rob saw my post on Facebook, and he quit officiating weddings for me a year ago at least, or a year and a half, because wealth management kept him busy, and that's his primary job. But we left on great terms, and it was a great lesson, and I'll share that in a second. Rob reached out to me and he said, Matt, tell me what I can do. And he's like, do you want me to pick up some of your weddings? And I was just like, Rob, are you serious, man? You know, because we've had no income since December 31st. And while I'm not in the poorhouse, we have a nice place. I don't have a dirt floor in my kitchen, you know. It was incredibly thoughtful. And Rob's first wedding coming back for me is this weekend. And he's just doing a couple this month to pick up the slack. And Rob, I'm so grateful. So if you need a financial advisor, if you're not super tight with your financial advisor, go to Blue Dot Wealth Management. He's in Gilbert, Arizona. I'll put it down below in the video description. And Regina and Tasha, thank you so much. Eric and Paige Churosky. Eric, my good friend. And Paige, I wish I knew you better. I wish I knew you better. But thank you so much for not only contributing to the meal train, but for giving me the referral to the doctor, I'm blanking on his name, but the chiropractor. And I'm going to see someone else, and not for popping and cracking, but for muscle testing. And man, I just appreciate your friendship so much. And if you need Oh, I forgot. Let me go back. Drea and Dave Strickler. If you need a wedding DJ or a DJ for any event, go to Desert House Productions, deserthouseproductions.com, and I'll put it below. And the same for Eric and Paige Churosky. They are gotyoucoveredmusic.com, wedding DJs and event DJs, and they're phenomenal people. These are all phenomenal people. So if you need a DJ, look down below. Thank you, Eric. Galaxy Andrews, my photographer friend who I haven't spoken to in a long time. Thank you. Thank you for caring and for contributing to the meal train. And if you need a photographer, check out Galaxy Andrews Photography, and I'll put her link down below. My friend DJ Jeff Nelson, who I normally see at the Castle at Ashley Manor. Jeff, thank you, man. I've always valued your friendship. You're one of my first buddies I made in the wedding industry. Eric Churosky, you too, but Jeff, I always enjoy coming to the castle to see you, pal. I always love your company, and I thank you so much for your support. And if you need a DJ, check out djjeffnelson.com, and I'll put his website down below. My friend Jennifer Brooks, owner of the Boojum Tree, her family owns it. One of the coolest wedding venues in town. If you want to have your wedding feel like it's in Central America and like you're on vacation with cool little nooks and crannies to pony up to and catch up with your guests, check out the Boojum Tree. Jennifer, I know you said you love when I come to the Boojum Tree to officiate weddings, and I love going there. I think you're fantastic, and I love working with you too, and I'm so appreciative for your support and your help. Oh man, this is hard. Another wedding planner, Rachel Troyan from Outstanding Occasions. Rachel, thank you so much for your friendship and your support. It means a lot. And I love that we have, the restaurant group in common with your husband and Chelsea and Justin Cohen. I think that's just amazing. So you know what? If you haven't been to Farm and Craft or El Jefe, please go to those restaurants and eat, because Rachel Troyan is part owner with her husband in those restaurants. And if you need a wedding planner, check out Outstanding Occasions, and I'll put the link down below in the video description. Megan Schmidt and Jessica and Jenna and the girls at Soho 63. One of my, by far, some of my favorite people. And definitely one of my favorite wedding venues in town. And coming to help you ladies on January 9th was my last day working. And I don't say that because I want you to feel like guilty or responsible in any way. I just want you to know that I go the extra mile for you ladies because I care so much about you and your business and the love and support that you have shown me. And if you're looking to get married and you need an awesome wedding venue that's super contemporary, the clean lines, neutral colors like white and gray, it's just super contemporary and cool, check out Soho 63 in downtown Chandler. Ben and Kelly Kohler, photographers. And I know you guys have your own stuff with your own family and your own problems, and to contribute to my meal train and my family's meal train and help me just says so much, you guys. So if you need a photographer, please check out Ben and Kelly Kohler, Ben and Kelly Photography, I think, .com, whatever. I'll put their link down below in the description. Cicely and Rebecca from Life Design Events. I don't even know you guys super well. And for you to contribute to my meal train and reach out, and Cicely to share your challenges with me and to offer support means so much. So if you need a wedding planner, please check out Life Design Events. And I'll put their link down below in the video description. I'll stop saying that because I'm going to do that for everyone. Another wedding planner, Care Schmidt from Sterling Weddings and Events. Care, and again, I don't know you super well, but you feel strongly enough to support me and to contribute and help me, and I just can't tell you how much it means, Care. Thank you so much. So if you need an event planner, please consider Care and Sterling Weddings and Events. Oh, my friend Monique Hessler from Monique Hessler Photography. We have a lot in common, sister, and I love you for that. And I want you to know I'm going to see Dr. Phillips next week, and I thank you for the referral. And I'm going to have some referrals for everyone here with chronic aches and pains, because I work with some amazing medical professionals I'm going to talk to in just a bit when I get through this, so stick around. Monique Hessler Photography, if you need a photographer. Andrew and Emily Fleming, same thing. Check out Andrew and Jade Photo, Andrew and Emily Jade Photo. You guys, I always love seeing you. I think you are two of the most quality people that I have met in the wedding industry, and you're so giving and loving. I just adore you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Jane Frankel from Clayton on the Park, the owner of Clayton on the Park and the Clayton in downtown Scottsdale. Gosh, I don't get to do near as many weddings at your place as I would like to, but I love it every time I'm there. And like Soho 63, if you're looking for a wedding venue that has clean lines, that's contemporary and modern and cool, I encourage you to check out the Clayton on the Park in Scottsdale, and the Clayton, their sister venue, I think, or Clayton House, I believe it's called, is their sister venue. And I've not officiated a wedding at Clayton House yet, but man, I hope to be back there soon. Thank you, Jane. Jessica Gelder from Shine Events. You know, Jessica, I wish I knew you better, but you're someone else in the wedding industry where you care about me, and contributing to my meal train just meant so much. And so if you need an event planner, check out Jessica Gelder and Shine Events, and I'll put a link down below. Jen Wagner, photographer. Jen, thank you so much for contributing to my meal train. And if you need a photographer, please check out Jen Wagner Photography here in the Phoenix area, and I'll put a link down below. Now I want to give a shout out to the 4 other wedding officiants who are friends of mine who were there when I had to cancel on couples. And I owe an apology to one of those couples. So you know what, Dan and Shauna Hannon, you're the first couple out of 16 couples I had to cancel on, and I am so sorry that you only got 48 hours notice. When this all was happening, you guys, I was disabled for 3.5 years, from 05 to almost 09, and I didn't work at all. And then it was partial disability for the next like 9 years, and then it's been chronic aches and pains. And when this came back, I kept denying it, saying, this fucking can't be happening, you know? This can't be happening. And so I was like, I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna get better. Don't freak out the couple, don't freak out the couple, because you're gonna get better, you're gonna get better. And I kept waiting a day and waiting a day and waiting a day. This has never happened to me before, and I mishandled it, Dan and Shauna. I mishandled the situation, and I am so sorry for the stress that I caused you, and I don't know if there's anything that I can ever do to make it up to you. Just know that you were the first of 16 couples that I had to cancel and refund, and I'm so sorry. And Anthony Montana, I believe, filled in for you guys, so he's the first of the 4 wedding officiants I'm going to mention. Anthony, brother, I don't know you as well as I want to know you, and I'm going to get to know you, but thank you for stepping up to cover for me. And if you need a wedding officiant and I'm not available, you know, me first, please. Check out Anthony Montana. And also Mike Kennedy. Gosh, Mike, you're such a good man. And I'll never forget the first time that I met you. Looking into your eyes made me feel so comfortable. And I knew right then that you're just a beautiful spirit, Mike. And you've gone to bat for me, picking up weddings for me multiple times in the past. And I have nothing but confidence in your skills and your ability to help out the couples who originally hired me. I just think the world of you, Mike, and I'm so grateful for your friendship and for your friendly competitor support here in town. Mark Fall, another wedding officiant. And Mark, gosh, I wish I knew you better, but I'm so grateful that I know you as well as I do, and I'm so grateful that you've been there to pick up the slack and help my couples over the last couple of months I've had to cancel on. And I just want you to know how grateful I am for you. And the same goes for Reverend Amy Miller. Amy, when you called me and talked to me about, you know, all of the outside the box therapies that we both have in common, with hypnotherapy being one of them, it just really made me feel great. And as I got to know you better and find out more and more that we had in common, I think the world of you, Amy. And I want the absolute best for you and your family. And I just am so appreciative for your friendship and your support. What I want to then go to, you know, okay, so another wedding venue that I love is called Mountain Shadows. It's in Paradise Valley. And one of the wedding planners there, maybe, well, I guess Greg Worth is the lead, and then his right-hand woman, her name is Zaina. So Zaina and Ryan Reinbolt. I officiated their wedding a few years ago, and Zaina and Ryan, thank you so much for contributing to my meal train and for stepping up as a couple I helped in the past to pay it forward and, you know, not that there was anything to pay forward to begin with, but to help me and my family just means the world. And if you're looking for a super, super nice wedding venue to have your wedding at, check out Mountain Shadows and chat with Zaina. I want to give a shout out to the other 5 couples who I've officiated for in the past who stepped up and contributed to our meal train and brought us food. Emily and Josh Golden, you guys, thank you so much. Your enchiladas were delicious, and it was wonderful to see you guys. And I'm so grateful that you're doing well, and so thrilled that you care enough to support me in a time when we were really struggling. I just think the world of you guys, and I'm so grateful. Nick and Lisa Azzarito out in Boston. You know, I didn't even, when you contributed to the meal train, I didn't remember who you were at first, and I had to go back, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So you guys, it's so rewarding to know that couples, it's so rewarding to know that I've done something right. And guys, thank you so much for your support all the way across the country. You know, when we've been disconnected for a couple of years, because your wedding was a couple of years ago, I think 2015 even, if I'm remembering right. But thank you, Nick and Lisa, I really appreciate it. Elizabeth and Josh Silcox, thank you too, guys, for contributing. And I don't know if you got my Facebook message, but I want to make sure you know how appreciative I am for your help and love and support. Alex and Claire King, same thing, you guys. Thank you so much. And Liza and Weston Waybill, you guys, thank you. Thank you so much. So I want to get to, let's see, so much. How about some of my longest term friends? You know, the very first person who brought us food was Allison Walsh, who was my next door neighbor for 2 years in college. And I hadn't seen her in 22 years. And when she saw my Facebook post, she felt compelled to pay it forward because she's recently been through tough times on her own. And when she came in, it was this huge cry where we were all crying and hugging in the kitchen, my family and Allison. And Allison, I just want you to know how grateful I am for your selflessness and for reaching out after 22 years to help out and say hello. It's just amazing. Brent Bizik, you know, junior high, I think, high school and college, man. For the famous Bizik family lasagna, which we're eating tonight, and for the brownies that you made with your daughter, man. Thank you so much. I so appreciate your friendship and your support. Mark Rivas, we ate the Mexican food from Ajo Al's yesterday, man, so thank you so much, Mark. If you need an advertising agency for your business, please check out On The Mark Media, and I'll put a link down below to his business. My good friend Chris Mrzowski, you were one of the first people I called when all this was going down, and you were just right there with referrals to people and love and support. And your friendship and Sean's friendship just means the absolute world to me and Allison, and we love you guys. We love you guys a lot. Your family means a lot to our family. And if you need a roofer or a contractor or anything done around the house, please reach out to my friend Sean Parrish at SDC Roofs, and I'll put his link down below. Jason Niffen and Beth Niffen, I know you guys were out of town and you wanted to be doing stuff, but you couldn't, and I appreciate the effort so much and for reaching out, and just know that I love you guys, and we wish we got to see you more, but we know how busy you are. But our lifelong friendship means so much to me. And so, Jason, I love you so much. And Beth, you too. But lifelong friendship, Jason, since 5th grade, getting kicked out of Sunday school together. Or maybe we were 3rd grade. I can't even remember. But 5th grade, I got kicked out of Sunday school. Gosh, Tarly Deal Reed. Man, was it good to see you the other day when you brought over Subway sandwiches for my family. And the fact that you stayed and hung out for like an hour to chat was so great. And I know you've had your bullshit and your own challenges with your own health. And I'm so glad that you're on the path to healing and discovering who you are and how you fit into things and how you can create your best life. I just think that you're absolutely wonderful. And when I told Allison, my friend Tarly's coming over, and I said, top 10 coolest girls I've ever known. Tarly, I still feel that way after all these years. You're top 10 coolest chicks I've ever known. I love you, sister. My longest best friend, Jimmy DiGiacinto. If you need a mortgage, please check out Own Mortgage, and I'll put a link down below to Jimmy. I'm getting better, and the viruses have settled. My nervous system is quieting down. But man, when this was in full swing, and I applied for Social Security disability, I didn't know what to do, man. I was on disability for a long time. And I called Jimmy. Jimmy, thank you, man, for letting me just dump my garbage. And I hope that you weren't I hope you didn't absorb any of that emotional crap and you were able to just let it pass through your constitution, man. But I love you so much. You have been there for me more than anyone, really, other than my parents, you know. Fuck. I love you, Jimmy. I love you. My ex-girlfriend, Amy, hail to Harry. Amy. Wow, you know, we had such an up and down relationship in college, and the fact that we're still friends and you would contribute to my meal train and that you still care about me after all this time means so much. And I care about you too, you know, and running into you at the grocery store, even though it's been years, is like super fun and rewarding. And I only want what is best for you and your family always, absolutely always, Amy. Thank you. Todd and Penny Alter. Penny, you're like my sister. You know, you've been around since I can remember. And you guys stepping up and calling and offering to buy groceries and having it delivered and making sure that everything is okay just means so much. And I know you've been through so much of your own bullshit. And for you to reach out and pay it forward to me and my family just means the absolute world, you guys. Amy Becker-Platsky, same thing. Amy, coming over, you know, on Sunday and taking my kids to the train park and getting them out of the house for 3 hours or whatever and entertaining them and giving them snacks. And, you know, it just was so helpful. I just can't even explain it to you, to take their minds off of the sadness and the anger that's been in the house and to free their spirits for a few hours and to free my spirit and Allison's spirit so that we have less to concern ourselves with really mattered. So I just want to say thank you, Amy, so much. My boy John Curtin, one of my longest time friends since 5th grade. There's a shade structure right here that he came over and put up for me. And John, I know it was a tiny manual labor job for you because you could build a house, but I just wanted you to know that your friendship means so much. And even just a small chore like that really helped out me and Allison a lot because we're now able to sit out here now that the weather's nice and enjoy it. And it's because of the shade structure, the shade screen that you put up, buddy. Thank you, John. Terry Kamaker, one of my mom's closest friends. Super, super warm surprise seeing that you contributed to our meal train. And you've always been family. And Terry, I love you. And I just wanted to say thank you. My boy Derek Wong, one of my longest time friends. Wonger, since 2nd grade. You know, you reaching out over and over again to take me to lunch or dinner to make sure I'm okay means a lot, dude. And when you're up in Phoenix, I want to be going to more regular dinners with you. And I thank you for picking me up and buying dinner and spending time with me, dude. It meant a lot. It meant a lot, Derek. Derek Anthony. And I'm going to combine this with my other phenomenal friend, Corey Oberholzer. You guys coming over. And Derek, when you were in town, making time for me. For you guys to come over and eat dinner and spend time with me and take my mind off of my own problems and to get into other subjects and to laugh and smile. It meant a lot, you guys. Corey, I love you, brother. I wish I saw you more. And Derek, since you don't live here, obviously I'm not going to see you as often, but man, no love lost ever. I could go for 10 years without seeing you, and it's like, yay, you know, huge hug. I love you guys. Owen Bonfilio, my boy. Owen, thank you for continuing to reach out and offering to bring me coffee and friendship, and having you in the neighborhood means a lot, and I want to hang out with you more, man. I love you too, and I'm so glad you're going to see Elizabeth Keith, who I'm going to mention here in just a second. Brian Vasiloff, Jim Kirkendall. You guys, so many friends from college and fraternity brothers have stepped up, and I haven't seen either of you guys since college. And for you guys to not only contribute to my meal train, but to bring us groceries from Costco was crazy generous. And Chris Yazari reaching out to pitch in on that too, you guys. Crazy generous. I was so grateful to see you guys. So grateful. Whoo! Chris Hannon, running his own hedge fund now here in town. So if you've got a bunch of money to invest, you look at my friend Chris Hannon, and I hope he'll make you a bunch more. Thank you, my good friend. Thank you. Your family looks beautiful. I love seeing you on Facebook, and thank you so much for staying connected to me and for caring. Mike Lasota, always one of my favorites, brother. I know you're way up in Northern California, and we're not going to get to see each other anytime soon, and we haven't seen each other for years. But because of the beauty of social media, I know that you still care about me, man, and I still care about you too. And I loved when your brother worked with Allison over at Rose Law Group, you know, because we were connected in that way. And he's not there anymore, but that's okay, man. I still know that I'm connected to you, and I love you, and I always want the best for you and your family. Jeff Pizzanti, like when I saw that you contributed to our meal train, Jeff, it was just like, no way. And I just went straight back to fraternity parties with you singing, covering, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. So dude, man, just phenomenal to still be connected with you. I care about you, Jeff, just like you care about me. And I just want what's absolutely best for you and your family. Brandon Sickles. My good friend Brandon, the first time I ever went dove hunting was with you, Brandon, and I think Sam Bolich, if I remember right. And Brandon, the fact that you contributed to our meal train and still care about me means a lot, dude. And the fact that we haven't seen each other in 20 years or however long it's been, there's no love lost, man. I care about you too, and if you ever need anything, you reach out and you tell me. Justin Klump, another one of my favorites, man. I know you're here in town, and I would love to catch up and go to coffee or grab a bite sometime, and I'm so grateful for your contribution to our meal train, man. Thank you. And Andy Olson, you know, Andy, I was so surprised and so pleased and so filled with gratitude when I saw that you had contributed to our meal train, man, because I haven't talked to you since college, and so I'm just floored, you know. And my Uncle Neil said something to me. He said, Matt, my nickname is Banana. He's always called me Banana. He said, Banana, it seems like you must have done something right along the way. And, you know, the fact that I'm only halfway through reading off these names, or more than halfway through, I'm sorry. So stick around, because I want to give respect to everyone who contributed. But I'm so thrilled to know that I did something right along the way, you guys, and it makes me feel really good that you're helping. James Diorio, Shaggy, man, always one of my favorites, and I haven't seen you since 1997, 7 or 5. I can't remember when I went to Austin to see Fish with the guys, and I think we got to catch up for a little bit, or maybe who knows? I was seeing Fish, so who knows what I remember. But I love you, my friend, and thank you for caring and for contributing to our meal train, and I always want what's best for you and your family. And lastly, from college, my boy Ron Hobbs. Ron, he's an attorney, and he's in St. Louis, and I'll put a link down below to his law firm. Ron, you were my pledge trainer when I pledged into Sigma Chi, and I looked up to you like a big brother right away. You know, and I don't remember how many years ago it was when I got to see you in St. Louis. Travel has been really hard for me because of my spine. But when I got to see you, however many years ago that was, man, it meant a lot. And obviously, because I'm getting emotional, you matter to me, Ron. You made an impact on my life. And I care about you too. And I want to say thanks a lot for contributing to our meal train. Shit, I'm trying to keep track. How about my Phoenix friends and my Phoenix neighbors? Jake Hansen, man, I loved speaking to you this morning. And the fact that you contributed money, you know, it's hard to take money from people, and you said something to me that meant a lot. You said, Matt, thank you for allowing me to give. And the biggest lessons that I've learned over the last 3 months since all this has been going on is that I was taught that you don't accept favors for people because at some point they're going to want a favor back. And if you don't come through, they're going to think you're a son of a bitch. And so I've always been really leery about accepting help from people. And this experience has taught me the beauty, the absolute beauty in allowing people to give, allowing people to feel like they serve a purpose and like they contribute to life. And that's an amazing thing, the cycle of giving and receiving. It's both ways, it's both directions. And man, I'm just so grateful, Jake, and I wish you all the best in your family. Justin Hurley, my neighbor and my friend, and my recovery friend. Man, thank you for coming over and for fixing our sink. The little handyman jobs, gosh, my spine is starting to hurt, you guys, so I'm going to try and get through this. Justin, it meant a lot. Thank you. And Keith Calloway, coming over to work on my toilet, right? Who wants to work on someone's toilet? But working on my toilet and running to Home Depot and, you know, driving my car over to Home Depot and getting it done, even though it didn't get completely done, I want you to know how appreciative I am, Keith. Anthony and Camelia Tuminello, our other neighbors, Thank you for baking us the delicious enchiladas that you made and for your constant friendship and support. We just absolutely love you guys, and we love our street so much. And Andrea Hurley, just because I mentioned Justin doesn't mean I don't love you too. And Leah, the same goes for you. Gavin Paul, thank you for coming over on Sunday and for doing my dishes and for taking out the trash and the recycle. It meant a lot, man. And for hanging out with me, for hanging out in the backyard and sharing some new music with me. I appreciate your friendship, man. Buff Berg. I would say, Buff, you are number one in my book. Buff Berg is my next door neighbor, and in 2005, when my health problems started, I was laying on my living room floor, sobbing, crying, and screaming because I was in so much mental and physical anguish, and my windows were open, and my next door neighbor, Buff Berg, heard me. And we were new in town, and she and her husband, Mike, came over. And she took care of me like her son. And I was using a walker at the time. She took me down to Sidewalk Surfer in South Scottsdale, and we got a bunch of stickers to put all over my walker, you know, like Independent Truck Company and Santa Cruz Skate Company and everything on my walker because I was embarrassed to use it because people would stare at me. And we got red fancy grip tape for the top. And the chili that you made us last week that you brought over, Buff, was just amazing. And the gifts for our kids and the constant love and friendship that we've received from you and your family means more than you could possibly ever know, Buff. You are one of the best people I've ever met. Yelena Cooley, the whole Cooley family, but Yelena, I know you wanted to bring us food, and because I'm finally starting to feel better, we've canceled on some people, but we love you and your family so much, and thank you so much for signing up to bring us food and for your friendship these 14 years, 15 years that we've been in the neighborhood. It's just meant so much. We're so blessed to know you and to live on this street, and we're sad that you're gone and that you moved, but just know that our hearts are always with you and your family. My boy, Drew Poirier. Drew, oh my gosh, buddy. I love you, brother. And you are on my short Rolodex of people I call when shit hits the fan and I need help, dude. And I want you to know how much I appreciate. Drew, I couldn't get out of my car. And I sat in my car for 40 minutes in my garage because I couldn't get out because I was not strong enough to get out of the car. And you were there on the phone and you let me sob crying in your ear, and you talked me through it before Justin Hurley came to get me out of the car 40 minutes later. So Justin, thank you for that too, man. Drew, I love you, dude. And if you have a medical marijuana card, Drew is a partial owner in a farm here in town called Item 9 Labs. So if you have a medical marijuana card and you're at a dispensary, ask the dispensary if they stock products from Item 9 Labs, because the 4 guys who own that thing, 3 of them I know pretty well, and they're all phenomenal people and friends of mine. So please, if you have a medical marijuana card, use Item 9 Labs products. Travis Witt, my brother, my soulmate brother. Travis, again, you're on that short Rolodex of people I call when I need help, dude, and I love you. I know you know that, and I don't need to say it. And when you stopped by the other day to give me company on your way home, dude, I hadn't had any serious adult interaction for weeks, man. And the open-hearted conversation we had meant so much to me, and it lifted my spirits and raised my vibration more than you could possibly know. So if you need a contractor or a roofer, please reach out to my friend Travis. I'll put a link down below to Next Gen Coating and Roofing. And then Ashley Matisek. Oh, Ashley, I love you so much. Ashley cuts my hair and my wife's hair, and so please, my wife gets compliments on her hair all of the time. So she keeps Ashley's cards in her purse that she gives out to people who ask. So if you're not happy with your hair, please check out Mesh, which is her salon in Scottsdale, and I'll put a link down below. Ashley brought me a gift certificate for a flotation tank here in Scottsdale, and I gotta tell you, it's super helpful. I've been 3 times now. I'm going back again next week, and I am now a believer in flotation for the way that it adjusts the spine, it gets out the kinks. It's just been great. And Ashley, I love you, and I appreciate your friendship. And the vision boarding party that you threw, that you invited me to, just opened up a whole new world. I have 3 vision boards now because of you, and I love you. Thank you so much. Now I want to get into my medicine family friends, mi familia de medicina. And I want to start with Lisa Gerton. Lisa, I started to feel better the morning after you gave me the herbs and all of the Ayurveda stuff. Ayurveda. And like the turmeric drink, all of the money that you spent, the driving that you did to the herb store to get the supplies, making and encapsulating and like, you know, grinding everything into dust and making me those drinks means a lot, Lisa. And I love you like a sister. And the 2 trips that you've made to my house, making all that stuff, reaching out to me, the multiple text messages, just the healing and the compassion mean a lot. And I love that you're opening a wellness bed and breakfast. And I want to tell anyone who wants to consider adjusting their diet to stay in the middle, not at extremes, to stay well, and check out Ayurveda. Please check out Lisa's website at mialmawellness.com, and I'll put a link down below to Mialma Wellness. Pete Salaz, Pete and Katya. Gosh, guys, you are 2 of, hands down, I'm really glad to know you guys. Pete and Katya, my brother and my sister, having welcomed me into your community and into your loving arms like you did, meant so much. And if you're looking for a good Mexican restaurant in downtown Phoenix, please check out Centrico. And if you're looking for Reiki healing and some energy healing, please check out Katya's business, which is Tree of Souls, and I'll put links down below in the description. And Jason Chacon and Shawnee, thank you guys for your love and support. It means so much to me, and I love the 7 degrees or 6 degrees of separation and that we have so many friends in common. And Jason owns a dispensary in Mesa, which is called Kind Meds. So if you have a medical marijuana card, please go to Kind Meds in Mesa and forget the other dispensaries, because Jason is a phenomenal dude, and he is, give him your money. Don't give it to the other dispensaries, please. Jason and Shawnee, thank you for your friendship, your love, and your support. Michael Bergstrom, my instant brother, the moment I met you. Even though you're all the way in Minnesota, man, the love that I feel is connected to you. And the fact that you contributed right away to our meal train and reached out just means a lot, dude. And I don't know if I'm going to get to see you every year because of my health. You know what? Screw that. I look forward to seeing you soon. And if you're in Minnesota and you need someone to manage your rental property, please check out Pay Dirt Property Management, and I'll put a link down below. Stacy Rohr, you're a beautiful soul too. And reaching out to me after going to that Joe Dispenza workshop and doing distance healing on me and practicing Reiki and meditating with me last Sunday while you're in Texas and I'm here meant a lot. And I actually felt shifts in my energy 3 or 4 or 5 times during our meditation together. And I thank you and I love you for that. Angela Cox, my sister, not only from the Familia de Medicina, but my Feldenkrais, my Bones for Life, my physical therapy sister. I love you, and I want nothing but the best for you and your family. And I am so thrilled for your friendship and your support, and for coming over and doing Reiki on me and working on me in my house and making a house call. It just meant a lot. Bethany Sands. Bethany, I canceled you on the meal train because I'm getting better. But Bethany, I want you to know, the first time we met when you were right next to me was a crazy experience. And I want you to know that your friendship means a lot, and your trust meant a lot. And allowing me into your heart and your life means a lot. And I always want the best for you in every way, shape, or form. And again, I want to mention Dave and Drea Strickler from Desert House Productions, also part of my plant medicine family. And Desert House Productions, if you need a DJ, I love you guys. Gosh, where am I at? Okay, I thanked all those people. Let's see who else we got here. I thank those people. How about the medical community? Okay, these are the practitioners that I work with here in town. And yeah, I think this is last, guys. Elizabeth Keith. If you know someone who has chronic aches and pains, I cannot highly recommend Elizabeth Keith enough. I am her advocate. I went from being someone who is handicapped to someone who has aches and pains because of Elizabeth Keith and because of the Feldenkrais method, which you never heard of. And I promise you, it is life-changing, where she'll lay you on the table, no cracking, no popping, all gentle, and she will get your skeleton to fall back into equilibrium, so the muscles that are holding you out of whack let go, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I have not felt this good and functional since I can remember. And not only that, she's made house calls. Elizabeth, you brought me the chicken soup when I had that real bad flu last year. You've just been phenomenal. Going in on a Sunday to help me a couple of weeks ago. I love you. And I hope your husband Gordon knows how phenomenal you are at what you do. And I know when he has his aches and pains, he's not always prone or not always apt to let you work on him, but show him this. Gordon, let your wife work on you. She is one of the best, if not the best, who's ever put her hands on me. My primary care physician, Dr. Markham McHenry at Elevate Health in Scottsdale. Gosh, Markham, you know I just think the world of you. Anyone out there, if you need a primary care physician, and he's a concierge doc, so there's an annual fee. So if you're healthy, this doesn't work for you, but if you have chronic health conditions, Dr. Markham McHenry is the best guy in town, hands down. I text him on Saturdays. I talk to him on Sundays. I go in to see him on Sundays. He sees me and helps me whenever I need it, and he's just been absolutely amazing. So check out elevatehealthaz.com. Sylvia Shelton, my meditation teacher, my sister, my mother. I mean, you're everything to me, Sylvia, and I can't tell you how much I love you and how much I appreciate all of the phone calls and all the text messages and all of the healing that you have given me over the last 3 months. You know I love you, and I don't even know what else to say. But if you're watching this, if you've tried traditional therapy, talk therapy, and you're still having issues, maybe it's past life. Maybe it's buried memories and emotions that you're not going to get to with talk therapy. And that's where Sylvia can help you. So Sylvia doesn't have a website. We're working on that, and I'm not going to post her phone number or anything like that. So if you want to explore buried and stuck emotions and memories that are just replaying in your subconscious, and that affects everything. Your subconscious is everything. She can help you remove all that garbage. I love you, Sylvia Shelton. My mom has had a couple friends who contributed to my meal train too, who I've never even met. Phyllis Fleming and Marty Oberman. I'm so grateful for you guys and for your friendship to my mom and for contributing to our meal train and for helping to support my family, considering we've never even met. It just blows me away. And I'm thrilled that I know you through association or by association. And then lastly, BGA from Massachusetts. You contributed to my meal train, but I don't have any idea who you are. And then also there were some anonymous contributions, and I want to thank you all. I love you all so much. Let me just make sure that I've said thanks to absolutely everybody before I go on. I feel so blessed, you guys, so blessed. I got everybody there, everybody there, everybody there, everybody there. Boom. I hope that these videos that I've been putting on Facebook or YouTube inspire other people to just be authentic, to ask for help when you need it, to build your businesses online by filming, by building your brand with videos. Yeah, it's hard to get on camera, but you know what? Who cares what other people think? Because when you're authentic and you're yourself, it resonates with people, and you're going to attract the people who want to do business with you. That's called attraction marketing. And if you want to know about online marketing, that is my next career. So check in with me. I learned a lot, and my wedding officiant business exploded, and now I'm parlaying all of that into affiliate marketing and collecting commissions for selling other people's products. So if you don't love your job and you would consider earning or replacing your current income online from the comfort of your laptop, let me know and I'll help you. And just know, everybody in the social media world, all my friends and family, I'm so incredibly grateful for everything that you've done. I'm looking right now, I have sat here for 54 minutes, and that is the longest I have sat down in well over 3 months. I want to give this the middle finger, but honestly, these things came in so incredibly handy so many times. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you, and I bless you. Thank you. I hope to never need you again, but bless you. Thank you. Bless you all, you guys. Bless you all.